to start with John Lennon's rhythm parts. So it starts with that big E chord, and then George does that little riff, and we'll get to that later, but we'll start with John's part. So the E, and then it goes into the F sharp minor. So your normal F sharp minor chord on the 2nd fret, but I like to play it just with the bottom 4 strings barred with my 1st finger, pointer finger, and then I'm going to put my pinky on the D string 4th fret and then my ring finger on the A string 4th fret. And the way John is strumming it, he's strumming it really lightly, just up and down. And then to the E. And then he does a little hammer on with his pinky finger to make it a sus chord, so it goes on the G string, pinky finger on the 2nd, and then off again. So you get that little twangy sound. And then back to that F sharp minor again. And then you're into the verse part. So for the verse, it's the same chords basically. Nobody ever loved me like she did. Just up and down. Oh, she does. And then the hammer on. If somebody loved me like she did. Oh, she does. George's riff. And then back into it again. And then you're playing the same thing as the intro. Don't let me down. F sharp minor. Don't let me down. Hammer on. Don't let me down. Up and down. Don't let me down. And then we're into the middle 8 part. So the middle 8 is just staying on that E, but you're strumming just downstrokes now. So it's... And then you go to a B7. And I like to put my pinky on the bottom of that B7. So I've got the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, 1st finger on the D string, 1st fret, and ring finger on the 2nd fret, 2nd fret of the G string, and then put your pinky finger on that F sharp note, so that's on the top E 2nd fret. And then back to the E. So let's just do that one more time, just in context. So, I'm in love for the first time. Don't you know it's gonna last? It's a love that has no end. It's a love that has no past. And that's it. For John's parts, they just repeat for the verse again, and then repeat again for the chorus, and have that cool solo as well. So yeah, let's get into George Harrison's parts. Cool, so now we get into the really interesting stuff, the George Harrison beautiful guitar parts. And right off the bat, it's interesting. We've got George's famous intro riff. So we've got John playing that E, and then George is going like this behind it. And that is basically a double stop sort of thing. Quite Hendrixy, very soulful, very George. So 9th fret, barring the A string and the D string, and you can play that bottom E string as well, so it's hammer on the A 9 to 11, and then hitting that D string below it on the 9th, and then hammer on the 9 to 11, back to 9, and then hit that A string again, with the bottom E if you want, and then the 12th fret with your pinky, A, and then down to the 11th. but you're playing sort of a triad here. So you're playing the bottom E, 11 on the A, and then on the D string, that ninth again. And when you speed it all up together, it sounds really nice, it just flows. And then over what John's playing those chords down there, George is just picking out parts as. And I should talk about the pickup selection as well. I think, well, George is obviously playing his Telecaster, and I think he's on the neck pickup maybe, and we've got John Lennon on the bridge pickup, which he stayed in for most of that album on the Casino. So George is just giving it downstrokes on that chorus, sometimes hitting up, so. And then it goes into that little riff again when it goes to the E. Don't let me down. So it's F sharp minor, but right up the neck. So the bar chord shape, right on the 9th fret. Don't let me down. And then you can just bar the 9th fret with your pointer finger to get the E chord. And you can find the riff as well, so you go back to that. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. So my favourite part of this song is George's lead parts during that verse. And there's so many different ways to play it, and I've tried a number of different ways over the years in different bands, and I've finally settled upon this way. So I'm not sure if this is the correct way. It sort of looks like what he's playing on the Rooftop, but one thing I know for certain is he's playing with his fingers, so we can put this pick away, or you can hold it in your finger like that. But let's get our shape first. So F sharp minor 7 chord up on the 9th fret. Get that up there. And then put your pinky, you've got to do quite a stretch, but put your pinky up to the 14th fret, top E. And just pick those bottom 3 or the bottom 2. So pick it and slide down to the 12th with the pinky. And pull off. So you're pulling off 12 to 9. And then play 2 more on the 12. So I'm pulling off 14, 12 to 9. But remember you're sliding 14 to 12 down. And then playing 2 on the 12. And then pull off again. And then 2 slaps of the chord. And then you get your ring finger involved on the G string. So on the 11th fret and 11th fret on the G string and the 10th fret on the B string, and then pull off the G 11 to 9. So that's a lot to take in, all in that one go. So we'll slow it down, so you go back. So think about the G string here, 11, 9, and then we slide that whole shape, so you're on the 9 on the G string and 10 on the B string. So slide that 9 and 10 down to 6 and 7. So you slide down and you hit it as well. So slow, hit, and then slide back up to the same place. So that's 9 and 10, and then you resolve it back one step. So that is 8 and 9. Fret 8 on the G string, 9 on the B string. So let's go back. All the way to the start. So this part that stumps most people that I've ever played it with, is the middle 8 part, George's part and Paul McCartney's part on the bass. It's such a tricky part. So yeah, we'll just dive straight into it. We'll cut it into 2 sections, the E section and the B section, because it's the E chord and the B chord. So we've got... We'll learn that part first, okay? So we're playing the octaves, so bottom E and the D string, 2nd fret, D string down 1 to the 1st fret, then back to the 2nd fret, and then you bring in the A string, 4th fret, and then you go back to the 2nd fret of the A string. Remember to hit that octave again before you go to the 2nd fret of the A string. And then you go back to that octave again. But this time you go to the bottom E, 4th fret, octave again, and then the 2nd fret, bottom E, and then octave again. One more time. Really slow. Okay, now over the B chord, we'll see the B note, so we're on A string now, 2nd fret. And then, so B note, and then 4th fret D string, 1st fret D string, so 4, 1, 4, 1, and then we bring in the G string, 4, 1, 2, and then D again, 4, 1, 2, 4, 4, 1, 2, 4, and then back to that G string, 1st fret, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, D string 2, so 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4th fret D string, 1st fret D string, 2nd fret D string, then A string, 4th fret, back to the D, and then back to the B string, 2nd fret. 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, bottom E. And if you followed that, you got a maths degree. So let's do it again slowly. So and then back to that riff. And that's about it, guys. Yeah, enjoy learning the song. I hope you enjoyed the lesson.